So, you want to get on your path to financial freedom? Well, that's brilliant because I'm here to help you do that. I've spent months and months and months listening to accountants, financial advisors, bankers, investors to find out all this information that I'm going to share with you in my videos. And today, what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about how to budget your money, how to work out your income and expenses so that you can begin that journey. So, without further ado, let's get started. So your path to financial freedom, as I've said before, all begins with allocating your money when you get paid. Now, your expenses, they want to be a maximum of 70% of your income. That's your expenses, okay? Now, the way you work this out is you take your income, so that might be your wage or salary, it might be what you get from a side hustle, it might be the money, the gains that you get from investing, anything that puts money in your account, that is your income, okay? And what you do is you then calculate your expenses, okay? Now, expenses is anything you need to live. So it might be your rent or mortgage, your groceries, your insurances, cost of running transport, pension, anything like that. Now, the way to do this, the way to calculate your expenses, the most advisable way is that you look at your expenses over the course of a year, not just a month, right? So you factor in what you pay out over the month, but you also have expenses that you don't necessarily pay every month. Like, for example, if you've got a car, you might get it serviced twice a year, every 6 months or so, right? When you do that, you're not paying it every month, but it's a cost that you've got to factor in. So what you should do is you should look at your expenses for a year, take everything into consideration, total that up, and then divide it by 12. So your total expenses over the year, and divide it by 12. And that gives you your monthly expenses. Then what you need to do is you need to deduct your expenses from your income to see what you're left with. Ideally, you want to be left with a minimum of 30%, okay? So 70% in expenses and a minimum of 30% left over, okay? With that 30%, you're going to save and you're going to invest, and maybe even allocate a little bit of fun money if you wish, right? Again, that's all stuff that I'm talking about in other videos, so we won't go into too much detail about all that stuff now. And in a nutshell, quite simply, that is how you calculate your expenses and budget. If, as I said before in previous videos, if your expenses comes to more than 70% of your wages or your salary, or your total income, then you need to do things to tweak it. You need to either lower your expenses, or you need to you need to raise your income. Getting a bit tongue twisted there, right? Now, the way you can do that is you can negotiate the bills, you know, get on the phone to the companies that you pay money to, negotiate the bills, cut out some unnecessary stuff if necessary, to lower your expenses. You can try and negotiate a pay rise with your boss. You can get another side hustle. You can get a side hustle if you haven't already got one. You can do all kinds of things to reach that target of 70%, okay? That's it, really. That's as simple as it is. That's how you budget and how you calculate your income and expenses so that you can begin your journey on the path to financial freedom. Now, if you find these videos educational and you think that this is good stuff and that it's going to help you in the future, then do yourself a favour, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with someone that you think might benefit from it, and make sure to hit that bell, that notification, to make sure you don't miss the next video when it crops up. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.